Hey guys, welcome back to another fragrance video. Today we're going to be talking about what are, in my opinion, the most signature scent worthy fragrances in my collection. So these are perfumes that I would wear myself as a signature scent. Remember, everyone has different opinions and scent is subjective, so this is just my opinion. But personally, I think that in order to be like a signature scent, a perfume needs to be a year-round fragrance that you can wear in any season, and then also you can wear it any time of day or on most occasions. I believe I have 10 here to share with you guys, but before we get into it, I just want to say I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing down below and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and we're just going to go ahead and get into these perfumes. So starting off with something a little bit different and a little bit more out of the ordinary, this is Indigo by Nest Fragrances. This is definitely a unique perfume. It's a little bit more edgy and earthy than some of these here, but it's not so different that it smells too polarizing or too strong or overpowering. This is primarily a tea fragrance. There's definitely other notes in here and other things, but it's a very unique tea sort of scent with a little bit of like a fresh kick, and then you also have this like sweetness in there, but it's a unique sweetness. And I feel like the person that wears this is intriguing. They're a little bit mysterious, but in like a sexy way. So I feel like this is the type of perfume that you can wear all year round. Although I think this, if I had to pick a season or a time of day, would be very appropriate for a spring nighttime scent. I think this would be a great perfume to wear on your night out in the spring, although I do think, like I said, that it can be worn whenever. And for that reason, I would classify this as a signature type of scent. And I personally think it smells lovely and would smell nice on any occasion. I will have the notes on the screen as always. And if you like something a little bit different, a little bit more unique, but you don't want something that is overly strong or overly masculine, this one is great because it does have great performance, but it's still not an overpowering type of scent. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think there's actually fig in this as well, and that's sort of like the sweetness that you get from this. It's like a natural sticky sort of sweetness, but not overpowering. And it has that like spicy, earthy tea kind of like quality to it that makes it unique. But it does have that sort of natural, earthy quality to it, but not in a dirty patchouli way or anything like that. You still smell clean and nice, and it's just hard to describe, but I love this one. Love Nest Indigo. Definitely one of my current favorite perfumes. Next is something that's a little bit more mainstream, I guess you could say. This is a KKW fragrance, and this is Crystal Violet Musk. This is in like the clean, musky scent sort of category, but it's different. It's not like every other clean, fresh, musky scent out there. It has lavender in it, but it's not too herbal, so it kind of has a little bit of that like slightly masculine edge, but then it also has this like powdery sweetness. And even though this is called Crystal Violet Musk, there actually isn't any violet in this. It still has that sort of floral aspect to it, but it's musky and like a sweet fluffiness to this fragrance. This is a really great daytime scent that can also transition really well into the nighttime. Stephanie Letta described this as a lavender marshmallow, and I think I have to agree with her. That's sort of what this smells like. It's not overly sweet in like a syrupy, sugary way. It's like a light, fluffy marshmallow with lavender and like a muskiness, and it's so soft and like the perfect fragrance to put on when you get out of the shower and you want to smell clean, but not like traditionally fresh clean, like a musky sweet sort of clean. If that makes any sense at all, I hope I'm kind of getting my point across. Honestly, I just think that this is a really beautiful feminine fragrance, and it would make a great signature scent if you like these types of scents. Personally, this is one of my favorite fragrance categories. I have a couple more that sort of go in this type of category. It's just so addicting to me. I love this type of a scent. Again, not sure of all the notes in this, but they will be on the screen. That is Crystal Violet Musk by KKW. Next is a fragrance that I think is like the epitome of a signature scent, in the sense that it is perfect for all of the time. And while the rest of these fragrances are great for any time, and that's kind of the point, this is like, to me, the epitome of the type of perfume that you can wear all year round, all day long, and you will smell elegant and feminine and pretty at the same time. And that is Si Passion by Giorgio Armani. I feel like it is hard to find a perfume that is sophisticated and feminine and pretty at the same time that you can wear whenever. It's just a hard thing to do, but this is that for me. This fragrance has rose, I believe blackcurrant or blackberry or something. It has musk in it. It has pear, which I love pear in fragrances, and it adds this sort of like fresh element to it. But then it also has this soft, musky quality, and it's the slightest bit sweet. It's not too sweet. It's not too strong. It's just a little bit sweet. Again, I think this perfume is great for summer, for fall, for winter, for spring, whenever you want to wear it. Again, classy, but pretty at the same time. And that's what I love so much about this. I have about a third of this bottle left. It's one that I wore all the time for a while there. So now I have memories attached to it because I wore it for like a season in my life. And yeah, I just really, really love Si Passion by Giorgio Armani. I have smelled the original Si, but it's been years, so I don't quite remember what it smells like. I don't think I loved it at the time, but it's been a really long time. And my scent preferences have changed a lot since then, so I might love it now. I don't know, but this is currently my favorite that I have smelled from the Si line. Next, let's get into a more sweet, girly, fruity kind of fragrance. So this is YSL Mon Paris. This is actually a friend's signature scent, and I've smelled it on her all the time, all times of year, and it smells amazing. This is a berry forward perfume with patchouli, so like a fruity patchouli or fruit chouli, whatever you want to call it. This has strawberry and I think raspberries in here, and then you do get that patchouli, but in my opinion the patchouli in this isn't overpowering. You smell it and it's there, but it isn't nauseating like it can sometimes be if it's like a very prominent note in a fragrance. This does have sort of a sharpness to it, but it's sweet. And like I said, that patchouli, in my opinion, isn't so strong that it's overwhelming or nauseating. This is the type of perfume that you leave a cloud behind. Grab some water while that loud truck goes by. As I was saying, this is the type of perfume that you leave a cloud behind you as you're walking. People will just like walk into this cloud of your fragrance, but it's likable, and that's what's good about it, because you're not going to have people really turned off by your scent, at least not most people. This is just a really, really pretty, feminine, fruity, sweet patchouli, and it has like a musky vanilla sort of scent in there. I'm not even sure if this has musk or vanilla in it, but that's kind of what I get in the dry down, and I just think it's beautiful. So that is YSL Mon Paris. Next, this is a fragrance that I only have in a travel size rollerball, but this is a celebrity scent, and this is Lovely by Sarah Jessica Parker. Ugh, I just got some of that on my lip. Great. Now I'm going to be tasting perfume. Anyway, I know this perfume is compared a lot to the Narciso Rodriguez perfumes, although I haven't smelled any of those. Those are supposed to be kind of like more musky type of scents, and this does have a pretty prominent musk note, but it's soft and fresh at the same time, and it has this really classy, elegant, feminine vibe. It's just very beautiful. I can definitely see somebody like Sarah Jessica Parker wearing this. It's classy. I believe this has lavender in it as well, which It definitely makes sense. It goes with this type of scent profile. And I think this also has a note of martini in it, which is sort of random. And I don't know if I smell that, but that's very interesting. Yeah, I would say lovely is just a really good name for this scent. It's a very lovely perfume. And I don't wear this one a ton, just because it's not the type of scent that I usually gravitate towards, but I do think it's really nice, and I definitely think it's signature scent worthy for a lot of people. I think a lot of people would really find this just a nice, easy to wear, classy, feminine, elegant, all year round, any time of day type of scent. I love putting this one on right before bed. It's calming to me. It makes me feel relaxed, but it's not like your typical lavender nighttime scent, although it does have lavender in it. It's not overpowering. And the dry down is even prettier than the opening, in my opinion, as it settles on your skin. It's just really lovely, and I think the performance is moderate. While it's not anything mind-blowing, it's still good, especially for a celebrity scent. Next, let's talk about a little bit more of a freshie, because I haven't mentioned any quite like this yet. So this is Oriental Vetiver from Dossier, and this is a dupe for Byredo Bal de Freak. This perfume is citruses with some vetiver, and that's mainly what I get from this, although there are other notes in here. I really pick up on the citruses and the vetiver. Actually, since this is a Dossier perfume, the notes are on the bottle, so I'll just go ahead and read them. The top notes are bergamot, lemon, and boot shoe. I'm not sure what boot shoe is, but the middle notes are orange blossom, marigold, and violet, and the base notes are vetiver, amber, and cedarwood. This is definitely a unisex leaning scent, but it still has more of a feminine touch to it. It's sort of juicy almost, while not being too sweet or anything, because those woody notes do add this nice depth to it, but it's also kind of watery and citrusy, especially in the opening. I did smell the original Bal de Freak in store, but I haven't worn it on my skin, so I don't know how the longevity and projection is on that one compared to this one. But this one, I have to say, after wearing it for a while now, the performance isn't great on this. It's better if you spray it on your clothes, and I just overspray, but it really doesn't have super great longevity. But I think it's worth it because it's such a nice scent, and it's so much more affordable than the Byredo one. If the Byredo one is a lot better and you're okay with spending that money, go ahead and get that one, but I don't know how much better the performance is on that. And I know that some of the Byredo scents don't have the best performance, so it might not be worth your investment, just depending on that. Again, I'm not sure, but this one is much, much more affordable, and I love a good dupe fragrance, so if you're looking for one, definitely recommend checking out Dossier, even just in general. So the next perfume that we're going to be talking about is one of my favorites. You guys know I've mentioned it several times here. This is a perfume I'm just obsessed with, and it also matches my shirt today. So this is Valentina Pink by Valentino. This is another one of those perfumes that has that like fluffy sweetness to it. Hopefully you guys kind of know what I mean, but this is actually a rose strawberry fragrance, but it has that sort of musky sweetness that I find in Crystal Violet Musk. So I feel like these are sort of in the same scent category, but they are very different perfumes. This one is a little bit sweeter and just a little bit less fresh than that one, but it still has that sort of vibe. If you don't like rose fragrances, don't write this off because it's not a traditional rose fragrance. It's more girly, I would say, although this isn't like a juvenile fragrance or anything. You can totally wear this if you're an older or more mature woman. I just love the smell of this. I just want to sit here and smell it. But I feel like this is like the epitome of a girly, feminine fragrance while still being sophisticated enough at the same time. And this perfume I think is technically discontinued, but you can still get this on discount websites, and it's not that hard to find, not like some perfumes. Flower Bomb EDT, which You guys know I've talked about it before, I love Flower Bomb, but I actually do sort of prefer the EDT version to the EDP, but you can't really get the original EDT version anymore. So it's hard for me to want to recommend it to you guys if you can't go out and buy it. But in my opinion, any of the scents from the Flower Bomb line would be great signature scents. Some are more like rich and sweet, more appropriate for winter. Some are more light and fresh, better for summer, but really just whatever type of scent you like. Flower Bomb is a great perfume and they have a great range to choose from. It's just I know that most people already know about it and know that it makes a good signature perfume. So if by chance you haven't checked it out yet, definitely look into Flower Bomb, but we're not talking about that in today's video. So back to Valentina Pink. This is definitely one of my favorite perfumes. It has good performance. The longevity and projection is good on this, but it's not overly phenomenal and amazing like some perfumes. I think that the YSL Mon Paris is better. I also feel like the Indigo Nest is a little bit better, but it's still really good and it smells amazing, so it's worth it. I'm actually really curious to smell Bella Rosa from Oscar de la Renta because I know that's supposed to be another sweet sort of rose that kind of has like a syrupy vibe to it, sort of like this one does. Although this one isn't too syrupy, it's more fluffy and powdery. But I'm very curious to smell that one and see how it compares to this. So if you have Bella Rosa and you've smelled this one, I'd be curious to hear your comparisons. But anyways, the next fragrance is another little mini size. And this one is just a really small little roller ball, but it's a perfume oil. So it's a different type of concentration. This is another Nest fragrance, and this is Indian Jasmine. And I think the large bottle actually comes with like a dropper for the perfume oil. Although I do really like this roller ball if it's going to be an oil anyways. This perfume, I'm not exactly sure what the notes are in this, but I don't think there's a ton. Obviously, it's called Indian Jasmine, so it's supposed to be a very jasmine scent, and it is, but it's a sweet jasmine. And I don't usually go for floral scents, but this is a sweet floral, like a syrupy sweet floral. It's like a jasmine sugar syrup. You know how you mix sugar and water and you cook it on the stove and it creates that like simple syrup? It's like if you put jasmine petals into that. That's what it smells like to me. It's very sweet and syrupy, but it smells super good. And this is one that I like to put on after I get out of the shower or before I go to bed. And it makes me feel like a bougie woman. Like I feel like this is like a rich woman putting on her silk pajamas, doing her skincare routine, and she's putting this perfume oil on her body. That's what I get from this. But she could also wear this out during the day or out at night. It's, again, just a very good scent for year-round or just whenever. You could just put it on whenever. I thought it'd be nice to have a perfume oil in here in case some of you guys prefer that. I think this would make a great signature scent and it smells expensive in my opinion. So that is Nest Indian Jasmine. Next is another freshie. This is Jo Malone Blackberry and Bay. Probably the most talked about perfume on my channel, to be honest. I love this so much. This is such a beautiful, fresh, natural type of scent. It really does smell like fresh picked, juicy blackberries with that herbal sort of base scent. But then it has, I believe, cedar wood in the base, which adds this like woody element to it, but it's not overpoweringly woody. And then I also believe there's grapefruit in this, and it's kind of like juicy in that way, but that's also from the blackberry. Yeah, this is just a very, I've said it before, cool girl type of scent. This is the type of perfume you wear if you're not really into perfume, but you want to smell good. It's clean, it's refreshing. It's definitely unisex. I personally would like this better on a woman, but a man could wear it. And it's just great for all ages, to be honest. Anybody can wear this. It just smells nice. It's definitely very unique. It's a unique freshie, but that's why I feel like it's great for all year round. Same with the Oriental vetiver. They're not the traditionally fresh, clean scents that you find like light blue that I feel like are more summer appropriate. These could be worn all year round, and that's why I feel like they're great signature scents. Jo Malone Blackberry and Bay is the cool girl scent. She's not really into perfume, but she always just smells good. And she's a little bit edgy, but still friendly. I don't know. I just love this one. And I feel like people say the performance on Jo Malone fragrances isn't great. Personally, I haven't tried a bunch of different ones. This is the only one that I've worn consistently, and I think it's moderate. It's not incredible, but it's good, especially if you spray it on your clothes. And I've heard other people say that it's better than other Jo Malone fragrances. And honestly, I just love the scent so much that I don't even care. I'll just overspray this. One of my favorites for sure, and like a lifer for me. Jo Malone Blackberry and Bay is a lifer. So the last perfume that I have here is definitely a popular one. I'm sure that you guys have heard of this, and this is Ariana Grande Cloud. This is more of a sweet perfume than some of these here, but it's also a little bit more gourmand. And I wanted to talk about a perfume that was a little bit more gourmand because I know that some people just really love gourmand perfumes, and if they're going to have a signature, that's what they're going to go towards. For me personally, and this is just my personal opinion, I think that a lot of gourmands that are really sweet and like cakey or baked good can kind of be a little bit cloying in the summer heat. And that's why for me personally, I wouldn't choose a sweet, heavy gourmand for a signature fragrance. That's not to say that I never wear one in the summertime, because I absolutely wear gourmand fragrances sometimes in the summertime. It's just not the kind of thing that I would want to wear all summer long. So I kind of tried to steer away from those for a long-term like signature scent. But Cloud has a little bit more of that element because there is whipped cream or some kind of lactonic note and coconut in this. So it has that creamy, foodie sort of element to it, but in a sophisticated perfume way. This also has lavender and I think musk in here, and there's different notes, but it definitely has a creamy, lactonic vibe, and you do get that coconut, but this also has the slightest bit of like a masculine feel to it, but it's still, in my opinion, more feminine, and it's sort of that leaning towards gourmand type of scent that's not too foodie. And I actually think that I heard Jess Conti saying that this is like her favorite perfume or like her signature scent or something like that. So if she wears it all the time, it's good enough for the rest of us to wear all the time. If you don't watch Jess and Gabrielle Conti, get on it now. They're like my favorite YouTube couple. Really the only like YouTube couple that I watch besides Kristen and Marcus Johns. They just have like lifestyle channels, and I really enjoy their videos. So anyways, that is Ariana Grande Cloud, and I think this is a great, sweet, creamy, more gourmand signature scent. So I guess when it comes down to it, I have 2 celebrity fragrances and 1 dupe house fragrance in here. So there are more affordable options here. That is all of the perfumes that I had to share with you. I know this video is going to be so long. I talked about 10 perfumes, so it's not surprising. But anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what other fragrance videos you want to see from me next. I would love to hear your thoughts. And thank you so much for watching. Love you all, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.